So I bought this cheap Ryobi 5-speed drill press. It's a cheap one. It's like 250 euros. You can get even cheaper ones, but I thought that maybe this one is a more safe bet because of the, well, you know, they have a brand name, so maybe they wanna maintain at least some kind of quality with their product. I'm not expecting too much, but I decided to give it a go. Alright, so I took the parts out, then I thought that maybe I should make a video about it. So let me toss this box on the ground. We can see what was in it. There was the actual head of the drill. You get a free Bible with it. There's a list on the parts that should actually be in the box, which is helpful if you want to actually use the drill. So here are the handles. These are like this a bit. It's squishy from the end, but the sides are actually pretty firm. Can you see it? Like I can stick maybe just a bit of my fingernail in it. But here's there's like an air pocket inside there, so I don't know. This seemed to be some kind of plastic, rubber, something. Alright, I'll remove the wrapping from the stuff and we'll continue. Alright, so I've been peeling off the condoms from this, and there's the chuck key. I'm pretty sure we have everything we need to put this together. The chuck came in a little box. Yeah. This is pretty like, well, this isn't really a precision machine anyway, so, but you might want to sand this a bit or do something. The edges are, well, you can't cut yourself, but you might scratch the piece that you're working on, like if it's some kind of wood or something, and you hit it on that or slide it across that edge, that might actually scratch. So might want to file these edges down a bit. Yeah, they didn't really bother to do much with the edges or anything, but I guess it's fine. At least there's a coating on everything, so it shouldn't start to rust too quickly. It does have some slack in it. I guess it's fine. Let me turn on the light. I don't know, can you see in there? The finish, well, it's not polished. You know, you can't really see much of a reflection on my finger. I don't know, man. doesn't look too great. It's not like we're building watches or something with this machine anyway. It's just 3 screws or nuts. I mean bolts. You only get the 3 bolts. You don't get the nuts. For the other side, I guess you don't really need them. You don't get any stupid tools with the machine, which is fine by me. I'm pretty sure everyone has some kind of wrench around. Anyway, one thing I just realized that there are only 2 holes on the base. Might be nice if there was like 2 more here, so you could actually like bolt the machine down to a table if you want to. Of course you can still do it, but I don't know. It would be nicer to put the things through holes, round holes. Like how do you put it? How do you put like a bolt through that? Doesn't make any sense. Like this is easy. This is easy. Makes sense. Like I don't know. Is this actually? Yeah. I doubt that it's my actual table. I think it's this. This has some wobble to it, so you might want to put something under there to prevent it from doing that. Let's continue. Table doesn't wobble too much when it's going down. It's a bit loose. Yeah, not a huge fan of this. I don't know. Like if you're drilling something, and I think the maximum movement on the drill is actually like 5 centimeters, so this much. So if you want to make a deeper hole, you have to move the table around, and then you lose like the center. This is supposed to have like a laser X on it, but still you always have to like move the piece around and everything. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So this is like really loose. You can't really tighten it down anyway. I don't know. It's held in place with 1 screw. So no matter how hard you hammer it down, it will just like be held in place with the friction from this. So that was weird. Let's continue. Oh my god, I'm cheating. Oh, one thing, like in here you have that worm screw that's engaging with a cog that's engaging with these. It is actually lubricated. This isn't sweat. That was a nice surprise. There wasn't much lubrication in there, but there was some, so shouldn't be at least the first thing that starts to rust. But probably a good idea to take this off quite often and stick some lube in there. Yeah, well, goes to show that I'm not an expert. I just realized why it is so wobbly. It's because now if it's loose, of course, then you can rotate this whole table around. So it was a feature, not a bug. Of course, you can lock down the table from behind here, so it stays in place, more or less. Yeah. I'm not an expert. I'm just showing what I got in the box. When you're putting this bit down, just tighten it slightly, or not actually at all, not much at all, and then start to rotate the table. keep the Allen key in there, in the place. Rotate this around when everything is kind of like resting there on their own. Start tightening it up. So this piece actually stays fairly level then, and this table can rotate smoothly around and then just tighten it up. Because if you just plunk it down there, tighten it up, then start to rotate the table, you will notice that this piece is mostly a bit crooked, so the table will get stuck and you can't rotate it around freely. Alright, let's continue. So this is interesting. This is the hole where this is supposed to go into, and you got some screws here that I suppose are used to tighten it around this piece here. But correct me if I'm wrong, this whole thing will be resting on this little thing. I don't get it, like, why doesn't this shaft just like go all the way down, or why isn't there like a flat, some kind of plate or something, or more something bigger than just like this? Because that's not a big piece of steel, which is kind of odd. Here's the motor. I guess it's somewhere in there. Oh yeah, there. That little nib in the center. I assume it's the other end of that. I'm no expert, but looks a bit weird. There's some sort of work lights just dangling in there. So now I'll be lifting this in place and see what happens. Yeah, so basically these are just the two screws that are holding this head assembly on the shaft. Well, if you tighten down, it won't be moving. But this whole thing is resting on that little, where is it there? Yeah, that little thing. I guess it's fine, but after a long time using the machine, all the vibrations, who knows if it's gonna snap or something. It's nice that they actually have like these cutouts, so you can tighten them properly if you want to. Oh man, there's metal dust in there already. Or is that some kind of graphite lubrication? I really don't know. Yeah, 5 centimeters. You know, 5 centimeters, it's enough when you know what you're doing. You know what I mean. Let's take a look inside. How do I open this? Motherfucker. Hammer? No. That's the chuck. Oh, there's a place for this. Woo. Alright, so it was just held down with this screw through that. There's like this kind of a spring loaded, or what do you call this, flat springs. So you're gonna plonk it down. The cheat sheet for the ribbons. Yeah, this thing is just plastic. It's gonna break. And this, by the way, isn't plugged in yet. So this one is steel. This one is some kind of reinforced fiberglass reinforced plastic, I assume. It feels like a bolt. It's kind of rough inside, so I don't know, but I assume that's some kind of a bit more durable plastic. All right. Oh, there's like a safety switch here, so you can't switch gears on the fly. Kind of shame. You know, you save some minutes when you're in a hurry.